Welcome back into another episode of Indiebnb from the beautiful Argyle Records studios. I'm here joined by Zoe Bayani of Zoe Bayani, the band. Bayani. Yeah, I fucked it up already. I mean, literally just said it 40 times and fucked it up already. But
that's okay.
Welcome in.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, local Atlanta, rock star. Would love to just kind of dive in deep on, I first saw you here at the Argyle Records. They have the your set list from 7-1, and you were mentioning that was a little bit old.
Yeah, it must have been from probably 2023, because my set list has changed a lot since, I don't play any of those songs anymore, actually. So I think it is from around that time, because that was definitely before my album came out as well. So must have been 2023 or maybe 2024, but
all right.
I don't remember which day or which year.
Getting into the old school right there. So that's a good piece of paper to have.
Yeah,
Michael
for
should be
sure.
proud of that. Well, obviously, you don't want help. The album came out last year.
Yes.
We'll dive in deep, but we like to do a song spotlight. We'll talk about your new single, awesome. Hear Me, which I was like, I was listening to it today. I was like, man, should I ask her to give me a scream to start this thing, or
that took a lot out of me, honestly. I'm not really a screamer most of the time. I'm pretty subdued, so I don't know if I could do it on the spot.
Fair enough. Well, you have to go listen to it, and you get to get the scream. Yeah. I was gonna try one, but I screeched in my car, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Well, Zoe, let's take it back to the front. How do we get this thing started? What were the things that inspired you to start creating this your awesome sound?
When I first started making music, I was going to a producer out in Maysville, Georgia, which is very rural. It's near Winder in Athens. And he was great, and my older music sounds amazing, but he was very he was a country dude, had worked on a lot of country and Americana albums in the past, so there was definitely that influence there. But I was also more into that at that time. I was just I found it easier to write folk style, use that sort of songwriting technique, just storytelling, and very just let the lyrics do most of the work for the song, rather than any intense stylistic choices instrumentally. So I feel I just kind of naturally fell into that genre of just indie folk, dreamier indie pop music. And then eventually, honestly, got sick of going to Maysville just because it's far. And I was I want to see what's around in Atlanta too. And my taste had kind of shifted as well, because that used to also be a lot of what I listened to. And then my music taste just kind of started shifting towards grungier artists, a lot of 90s rock and stuff. So then I was I really want to make music like that. I also wanted to make music that was way more fun to perform on stage, because I felt with my older stuff, it's sounds great on stage, sounds great live, but I felt sort of just I was just standing there playing guitar and singing, and I wanted to be able to move around more, just higher energy songs, and my songs before were kind of just lacking that energy. So then I started going to Maze Studios here in Atlanta, and I've been working with Tomas there, and he's produced a lot of indie rock albums and stuff, but he totally got my vision. I had sort of started shifting towards more upbeat and higher energy, a little grungier type music during the course of my album. Some of the songs I feel are more similar to my older ones that are more Americana, and then some of them are more similar to my newer ones. And Lee Davis in Maysville actually produced that album too, but I found that I was having trouble getting my ideas across because he's very different stylistically. And so yeah, I just eventually I've just kind of done a genre shift lately, but it's all just kind of followed my own personal taste in music, and then again the desire to have more energetic live shows.
Was there some show that you saw here in Atlanta or somewhere else where you were like, damn, I want to do that. I'm like standing up there stiff. I want to get up there and move around and do it. Was there something that you saw? You're like, man, that was awesome.
I don't know, like anyone in particular, because I also go to a lot of shows, so it's kind of hard to keep track. So I don't even remember if it was any particular show, but just really bands that I really like and that I like have seen and I don't know, enjoyed their performances. Like Mannequin Pussy has like insane on stage energy. I saw like Wet Leg. I thought they were really cool. Amel and the Sniffers, that was more recently, but I love her energy on stage too. But mainly like female-led like rock bands and stuff. I noticed a lot of them were not playing guitar as much, and if they were, it was like a higher energy song, and like I just wanted the crowd to be like more hyped during my sets, and those types of concerts where I saw like another woman doing the same thing, those like really inspired me.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, with that, like, you know, the creation of the music, you know, how much are you writing on the, you know, like guitar side and like, you know, all of the instrumentation? Like, what's that look like for Zoe?
So I write all the lyrics and I come up with the melodies of the songs and the chord progressions and everything. I play like rhythm guitar, so I'm usually not the one coming up with like any cool guitar parts that you hear on the records. That's all my guitar player at the moment. His name is Santi. Before on the album, that was another guitar player named Ricky, and he also helped produce some stuff as well. But yeah, they're both like insane guitar players. Very like Santi's really into like math rock, and then Ricky's really into like he was in a metal band before. So they both have really like intense guitar knowledge, so I just kind of trusted them with like writing parts because they're amazing at that. But there's like occasionally there's like a little lead part that I come up with and I'm like, can you do this though, because I don't trust myself to play it, so I like tell them to do it. But yeah, it's just the melody, chord progressions, and lyrics, I come up with all that, and then I've been lucky enough to have a band of like people that are my friends and who understand me like and understand my vibe, and that I trust enough to just kind of like for us all to be on the same page and to make something good. And very seldom do I like shut down anyone's ideas. Usually I feel like we are all kind of on the same page.
Nice. What you know, for your collaborators, have you had, you know, a few different, you know, versions? Is it, you know, or has it been kind of a couple of people consistently? What's that look like?
So in my band originally it was me. We honestly started off with like a bunch of band members when I was still trying to figure out like what type of music I wanted to make. There's like a few songs on my very first EP that had saxophone in them, so we had a saxophone player sometimes. I used to have a keyboard player. Their name is Patrick Tabik. They did keyboard and viola on some songs. There was a point where I had two guitarists and I didn't play guitar at all. Then it kind of like sort of whittled down to just me playing guitar. I had a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer. Now currently my band, the only person from the original sort of lineup is my bassist Caroline, and we've just been friends for a while, and she's been with me the whole time, and we even lived together for a little while, like, and she's one of my best friends too, so she's still in it with me. And then at the moment, like I said, I have a guitar player named Santi and a drummer named Colton, who I've actually known since middle school. We did School of Rock together. So when I was looking for a new drummer, I was like, I know just the guy to ask. But yeah, so we kind of like reunited because I hadn't seen him in like years or really like done anything with him since our like middle school School of Rock days. So now that's our lineup. There's 4 of us at the moment.
Wow. All right. So I mean, it seems like there's, you know, been some changes of late, and like, you know, with the album that came out last year, you know, obviously you said, you know, there's been a made up shift, or a mind made up shift of like, hey, this is what we're gonna be, and you definitely can hear it in the song Spotlight of the Day, of course, Hear Me. For sure. You know, you had an album, you had a video come out of it as well, which we'll get into. But for Hear Me, I mean, that one in particular, what were some of the things that, you know, drove that one from coming to nothing to something?
That one, I wrote so that one and then the other two songs that have come out this year, Lamb and Roadkill. I wrote them all around like the same time last year. Like most of my songs are honestly usually inspired by like relationship troubles and like breakups and stuff, but that one specifically, it was like sort of the aftermath where I was like so mad and I was so like I was just feeling so like anti men at that point, which like that's not the platform that I'm pushing, okay, but like that's just how I was feeling in the moment. And I was like, I feel like nobody ever listens to me, and like no one, it was just a common theme in relationships and stuff where I felt that I was literally not being heard, and like I never got to say my piece ever in any like sort of breakup or situation like that. So that was just kind of out of frustration. And then I was like, well, this also translates to like other problems in the world where I feel like I'm literally just like not heard because I'm a woman. So it's that's the whole idea of it and how that came about. So it definitely applies to more than just a breakup, but that's the situation that inspired me to write it. And we recorded all those in like January of this year, and that was all with my new band members. So yeah, this batch of songs that came out this year is all like brand new band members, like brand new vibe, I guess. But there's definitely been a shift.
I love it. I love it. Well, like with, Hear Me, when you were, after you kind of got the, it sounds like there was some a little bit of catharsis in the lyric creation, but like once you got that out, like, how did you, come up with all the, melodies and everything like that? Was there, a process? What's your kind of your go-to process there? Do you have multiple?
Usually I always write the lyrics first, honestly. I have like struggled coming up with melodies. That is usually the hardest part for me. But yeah, definitely lyrics always come first because I'm not a very like vocal person about my feelings just in real life to like friends or family. And it's not because I don't like, it's not that I don't feel comfortable doing it or like don't feel like I have someone that I could go to with those types of things. It's just I just like putting it into a song better, and I feel like more confident saying what I want to say. So I do always do lyrics first, and the melody for that one, I don't really remember how it came about. I'd been listening, again to mention Mannequin Pussy, I'd been listening to their new album so much at the time that I wrote this. It was like one of my they're like my 4th top listened artist on Spotify or something. Yeah, like right around that time. So I think the sort of like energy for the song came a lot from inspiration from them. But yeah, sometimes I come up with like a little lead melody or whatever, like a little hook, and then I will record it into my voice memos and then just like save it for some time that I have lyrics and see if I can make it fit. But for the most part, it's always lyrics first.
Yeah, I mean, with now that you've mentioned Mannequin Pussy a few times, like I also listened through that whole album, and like I definitely hear the inspiration for
That's
sure.
awesome.
I think that there's
Good to know.
definitely a good good just fucking I don't know, it's just like a grit to it.
Yeah,
that I
that
love,
song like in particular, I feel like was very heavily inspired by them, and like it's more like aggressive vocals than I usually do as well. It's like less melodic and more like not screaming, but more of like there's like more of a punch. Yeah.
Passionate. I love it. Well, as you've guys have started to probably play that live, like has the the shift that you made intentionally, like have you seen that in the live set? Have you been jumping around more? Like what's our energy there? What are we doing there?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely my whole plan has been coming to fruition. We were opening with that song for a little while before it came out, which I know is kind of unconventional, but I just was like, I feel like it's such high energy. Like, I feel like it was just a really good opener. Now I've been playing it towards the end of the set since it has come out, but that one's definitely super fun to perform live. It's really fun to play guitar on that one. And yeah, I think definitely just I'm just a very like stoic person normally. Like I feel like a lot of people, I've always had people throughout my life be like, oh, you look so bored or you look sad, like I don't know. And even when I did School of Rock, I was always getting in trouble for having no stage presence and like not doing anything on stage. So I feel like having songs that like require a lot of energy to sing them properly and play them properly, it has helped a lot. And I think my shows have definitely been like, I don't know, I think the difference has translated a lot, and people seem to really enjoy it too and have a lot of fun. So that's awesome.
That's great. That's great. Well, yeah. I mean, the music video includes you hitting somebody with a sword. So like, let's talk through, you know, how we got that one. You know, what was the inspiration? Did you come up with that? Did somebody else come up with that? What was the give me the music video deets?
Okay, so the music video, there's like the two storylines that are going on. It's like one storyline is me as Joan of Arc, and then one storyline is me as a wrestler. The whole wrestling storyline was my idea. I don't know why, but I just wanted to make a wrestling video for so long. And I really wanted to make it super like cartoony, like in old cartoons when they're like doing the silly moves. I don't know how to explain it, but just like silly cartoony wrestling moves that aren't actually like not what they do in real life. And then my friend Dylan, who was one of the co-directors on it. So the directors were my best friend Annie and Dylan, and the whole Joan of Arc thing was his idea. And so Annie came to me being like, my friend has an idea for a music video for you. He wants to do Joan of Arc since you already have like the black hair and bangs. Like he thinks that you would look cool as Joan of Arc. And I was like, okay, well, I also have an idea. So let's see if we can put them together. And it honestly ended up working out. And I think that I like the storylines together. I think it has a really cool contrast. And yeah, that's how the ideas came to be. The whole sword scene, that was also my idea, but I don't know where that came from. I just was like, I also love like horror movies and like just really like campy, gaudy like special effects and stuff, and like practical effects. I mean, not special effects, but so I was like, I would love to do something with just like an insane, like ridiculous amount of blood, but that like doesn't look actually real gory, like, but like, I don't know. I just had the idea, and then I also have like had persistent sword imagery coincidentally in like other projects. Like my album cover has me with a sword. I don't know where that comes from. It's just like an image that I like. But so then I was like, well, let's bring back the sword. I'll already have one if I'm being Joan of Arc. And then what if the sword appears in the wrestling world? And then what if I cut the guy in half? Like it was just kind of like, there's no meaning to it really. It's just like I wanted to do something like just campy and practical effects, and I was like, well, I just need to cut the guy in half then. So that's where that came from. But I feel like it was executed pretty well. I was really impressed by what everyone was able to like, how people were able to make that happen.
So did we do like, I mean, did we have a lot of ketchup? Like what was the
it was chocolate syrup actually.
Chocolate syrup. Okay.
Literally the worst feeling ever was being covered in chocolate syrup. It was a sensory nightmare. I feel like if you watch the video, in the very last few seconds of it, I'm like just smiling at the camera, like very Pearl style. And you can like, I feel like you can kind of tell when my face shifts from like smiling and like being able to act through it to where I'm like, okay, I need this off of me right now. 'Cause like the smile just kind of fades. And yeah, like immediately once I like felt it on my skin, I was like, oh my god, get it off. It was a terrible feeling. But it is chocolate syrup and like food dye, I guess. But I guess that's a little hack, a little industry secret for fake blood.
You heard it here first. Fake blood secret. He's always got you covered. Yeah. I mean, again, the practical effects, I couldn't be a ladybug right here.
Good luck. She's still over there. I see her. She's fine.
We take her on a long ride. But I could never be covered in anything like that. So kudos to you. That's just a nightmare.
We had to do it like, obviously the last scene to be shot was that, because once I was covered in the chocolate syrup, there was no going back. Yeah. And we had one try. So one try with the blood cannon. And so I'm really glad it worked, because I don't know what we would have done if it didn't work. But yeah.
Kind of a lost art, music videos, I would say. You know, I think that's something that, you know, like you said, it didn't necessarily have a ton of like, you know, deeper meaning, but they're fun to watch, and
Yeah.
it's fun to go and like
It was
get
so
into the
fun.
song.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a lost art, but I mean, I'd also love to do something even just more like low effort, low budget too. Like I see a lot of like independent artists just doing things that they shoot on their phone or just like something that they shoot with their friends and then they throw it together themselves. This was like a pretty involved production, which I'm really thankful that I had so many people that were willing to help out and make it come to life. But it's definitely pricey and time consuming, and just like not everyone has. I mean, I definitely didn't have the resources for it or the people, so I'm glad, like, luckily my friends did. But I think that contributes to why it's sort of a lost art, because it's not super accessible to do like a big production music video. But I definitely want to do some more in the future, obviously, and yeah, definitely want to do some more like DIY type videos too. But I have been seeing a lot of indie artists like get back into it, which I think is awesome because I love music videos. I used to want to be like in middle school or in high school. I was like, I'm going to go to school for film and be a music video director. And I took one film class and I decided that was not for me.
Yeah, the top, like I guess the TRL top 10 or whatever, like there was so many music video countdowns back in the day, and it just doesn't seem like the hunger's there anymore, unfortunately. But
yeah. Well, I still watch the VMAs. I love the VMAs, so I hope that music videos continue to always be made.
Yeah, for sure. Well, transition to kind of your more live set and those things, like you mentioned the set list obviously, and you mentioned a little bit about with Hear Me, you guys start playing that last now, like as somebody who's never seen you before live, I and I hope to in the future, like what do you want me feeling whenever I leave your show?
I want you to let me think. Well, I just really hope that everyone just like has fun at my shows. I hope everyone can like I hope people dance around. I want people to like feel like they got to know me, because I feel like my lyrics are very personal, and so if everything goes well at the show and the sound is good and you can actually hear what I'm saying, I feel like a lot of people, you would leave like feeling like you got to know how I'm feeling or just like got to know me as a person. And also I've had a lot of not a lot, but I've had like multiple people before, like young girls, see me at another show, either of mine or like another artist, and say that I inspired them to like start learning music and start writing songs and start a band and things of the sort. That's happened to me a few times, and that's like the craziest feeling ever, is to know that you like inspired somebody to do the same thing. And especially like young girls, like that, those are like some of my favorite moments I've ever had because of music. So that would be a plus too, is feeling inspired to do something at the end of the show.
I love that. Well, what are some, as you've been, sounds like you've been around Atlanta for a little bit here, like some of your favorite, venues or places, or do you have any, shows in mind that you can remember, like, man, that one was awesome.
My favorite show to date was at Terminal West on March 20th this year. That was just like insane because I've gone to so many shows at that venue. Like I saw Billie Eilish at that venue in like 2017, which like coincidentally that specific show was like what really inspired me to decide to like take music seriously and like have a goal of making my own music. But yeah, I've seen so many artists there. It's like a pretty big venue, and I opened for this band Lunar Vacation, who I was a fan of for a really long time. Now we're like friends, so it's kind of like weird to say that like, guys, I was a fan, but they know. But it was so fun. Playing that venue was so awesome. It felt so like, it just really felt like I was like making good like progress in what I'm doing. Also just like amazing venue, like sound wise, the staff was so great, everything was good about it. I also really like playing the Earl. I think the sound's always really good there. And I like Drunken Unicorn. I love how it's like been making a comeback lately in the Atlanta scene. Yeah, I've played a lot. I like don't have too many like bad show experiences here. Usually everything goes pretty good.
What about outside Atlanta? Any ones that in particular, like that one was?
I haven't played too much outside of Atlanta. I played in Athens a couple times at Flickr Theater.
Friend of the show, Jeremy.
Oh, really?
Has been on the show.
Awesome.
Shout out Jeremy.
Yeah, I had so much fun there. I love Athens. I've always like really admired their music scene, and like currently their indie music scene has a lot of people who I look up to that are a part of it. So playing Athens was really cool. I've played in Nashville once, like a couple years ago. That was awesome. I played in Charlotte once. Those are really the only like. Oh, I played in Savannah once. I really like Savannah. I'd love to go there again, but
big fan of the highways. 75, 85. We're going up and down, or we're going down.
Yep.
What is that to Athens? 420.
I don't know.
Oh God.
I'm not good with that.
Either way. Very cool. Very cool. Well, as you look to the future, obviously we're going to put this out not this coming Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. So you'll have played with Pond Girl and a few others on Friday. Yeah. So, at Maggie FM, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So, that is, you said it was going to be a stripped down set. So, what was I guess let's look to the future. What was that like? Tell me.
Oh, that was awesome. I had so much fun in Athens on that Friday. I had so much fun with my friends, Maggie and Pond Girl. But, I don't know. We're doing I'm bringing my full band, but we're doing I stripped down set. So I know my drummer's bringing like a jazz kit, and I think we're gonna do like acoustic guitar and bass, maybe. Not totally sure yet. We honestly have not rehearsed yet. We're rehearsing tomorrow, so hopefully, I hope it's good. We haven't really ever done a stripped down version of any of our songs before, but I think it's gonna be really fun. And I've never played at Hendershots either. I've only played at Flickr, so I'm really excited to see a new venue in Athens because I love Athens.
There we go. Well, What else are we looking to in the future? What do we have our eye on?
I have a lot of new music that is going to be coming out. There is already 4 songs that are pretty much ready to be released. So, and then I'm about to record a few more at the end of this month. So maybe I'll do an album, maybe I'll do an EP. I don't have that much of a plan yet. I kind of just like releasing singles and being able to really push those one at a time. It's a lot of work to promote an album, but a lot of new music is going to be coming out. Hopefully one more single by the end of this year, and then a lot next year. I'm also planning a tour for next February, so hopefully that all works out as well. One of my big goals is to definitely play more outside of Atlanta, because I feel like I've covered all my bases here, honestly. So I just really want to get outside the city and make new friends with other local bands and stuff. But that's my big plan, is release more and hopefully tour.
Release more and tour more.
Yep.
A simple plan. A classic plan. But real quick, I'm gonna pause this because I need to pull up my Pete Peterson's questions. I did not. Back in Pete Peterson's party pack of questions here. Final segment with Zoe, where we'll rapid fire her to death here, and we should be in a good spot. But people are pining to know these questions.
Okay.
They're very, very important. All right, here we go. Pete Peterson's party pack of questions. Here we go. Cake or pie?
Pie.
She's pined it up. All right. Salad or soup?
Soup.
She's soup? Is it just because it's cold, or?
I don't really like salad, but I love soup.
You're a summer soup
I'm
girl
a soup
too.
Girl.
I like
Yep.
it. All right. Sunrise or sunset? What are you seeing more of these days?
Sunset. I seldom am up before sunrise. Barely ever. There better be a good reason for me to be up at the sunrise.
I like it. All right. Would you rather hit a home run or score a touchdown?
Home run, I guess. I don't play sports, so.
Okay, no sports. But hey, home run sounds
Neither.
good. Neither. All right, night in or night out? Which one are you having more of these days?
Night in.
Night in. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When you do go out though.
I do, but not often. Well, I mean often, but I like to stay in better.
Okay. When you do go out though, and your jam comes on, are you more likely to hit the robot or the worm on the dance floor?
The robot. I wish I could do the worm, but haven't unlocked that skill yet.
Okay, all right. A couple YouTube videos away.
Maybe
it's
soon.
It's always
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Hey, coming soon
Worm
to a stage
2026.
to a stage near you. Zoe's
doing a worm.
guaranteeing a worm.
And a backflip.
Backflip and worm.
Yep. Next year. On my tour.
Zoe Boone, if you will. Guac or queso at your favorite Tex-Mex spot?
Queso. I like them both so much. That's really hard to choose. But I feel like queso is the most different at every spot. So I like to try it.
Okay. All right. So the queso consistency is what it is inconsistency.
It's inconsistent, so
And
it makes it
that's
a more exciting choice.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Waffles or pancakes?
Pancakes.
All right. Coffee or tea with your pancakes?
Coffee.
All right. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
All right. Ninja or a pirate? What do you
Pirate.
identify more with?
Or a pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Chips or pretzels?
Chips.
All right. Here we go. Fries or tots?
Fries.
All right.
But only really thin, crispy fries.
Okay.
No thick cut fries.
No thick cut, no potato wedges.
No.
Okay, all right.
Not for me.
Crinkle cut.
No. That's my least favorite fry on earth.
Okay, all right. Hates crinkle cut. Let's go. All right. After a long day, are you more likely to unwind with a TV show or a movie?
A TV show.
Okay.
I love TV.
All right. Are aliens real?
Yes.
Is Bigfoot real?
Yes, but not in the way people think, I feel. I don't... That makes it sound like I know something that people don't know. But I just think...
Are you friends with Bigfoot?
Oh, we were. We went through a breakup.
Is really hear me about Bigfoot? He wouldn't listen.
Yes.
God, you fucking knew it.
I think it existed. Like, I don't think he's out there anymore. But I feel like there is something that was... I feel like the early Bigfoot encounters have some merit to them. And maybe we don't know. Because, like, what if there is a new species of something? I don't know. I just don't think he's around anymore. But I think at one point he was.
Okay. All right. Is love at first sight real?
I don't think so.
No. All right. Give me 2 bands that we ought to check out that we might not know.
From Atlanta?
From
Or
wherever you want
anywhere?
to be from.
I really like... well, I'm just going to take this moment to shout out 2 of my good friends, actually. They're both in Nashville. Willa May, played a lot of shows with her. Love her. And Connor Kelly in the Time Warp. My besties.
Of course. Connor Kelly.
Hope they see this.
I've met Connor Kelly
Oh, really?
on that couch.
Really? He's been here?
He has been here.
Oh, okay. Then instead, I'm going to say Hannah Camille from Birmingham, Alabama.
All right. Sounds like we've got some Southeast connections. I think this tour thing in 2026 is going to be a slam dunk.
I think I have it locked down. I think I can get it. I think.
I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to screw your last name up again, so please. I already forgot. I'm 10-second Tom. Bayani. Come on. Yep. Somebody.
It's okay.
This guy's not a pro. I mean, she's just been sitting here the whole time, just like, this guy's fucking this up. All right, Zoe Bayani.
That's me.
The great band that she has behind her. Go see her. Check out her singles. Go follow her on Spotify. All of her, we're going to put Hear Me below in the caption, both on YouTube and on Spotify and all the places we put this. Anything else you want to promo or anything else you got coming up? A Christmas album, perhaps?
Not this year. Maybe next year.
All right. Next year, Christmas album, 2026. We love it.
Jot that
big
down.
Big year, 2026 coming out.
Backflips, The Worm, a Christmas album, a tour. Who knows what else?
I mean, I can't wait. Y'all take a look. Thank you guys for joining us here on Indiebnb.